I broke my sobriety. No, I am not drinking again. But I said I was not going to consume oil or eat out at restaurants because that was a health decision I was making for myself because I want a certain quality of health. But I did. Yeah, my wife just she wanted some Mexican rice and I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it. I'll have some Mexican rice. Like, I know I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't give up Mexican rice and keep going like I did before. And then, I thought she was done. And then the next day she wanted something else because it was something on her mind. And I said no at first. I was like, no. She went twice. And I was like, I don't want that. I had enough of the rice. But then she went back for the second time, and I was like, oh, another opportunity. Really not even another opportunity, but just another chance to say no to, right? But I decided to say yes the second time. And I had, like, veggie dumplings. And those have been on my mind. And so I had those two things the past 2 days. And, after each one, I felt like shit. I felt high. I felt like I had just been drugged. After eating both of them, I felt like my stomach was gonna burst. I had to, like, clock out almost. I had to, like, go to sleep, almost shut down in order to allow, the body to, like, deal with the fuck I put in it. Usually I would have beat myself up. I would have been like, oh, you're, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't know. There just would have been so much negative self-talk. But there wasn't this time. There was just, like, acceptance of, like, what I'm doing, what the consequences of it, and, like, what I'm going to do, moving forward. And I'm going to get right back to eating the way that I was because it was just superior. Yeah, I'm just going to go back to what I was doing. I was mono eating for the most part, bananas, peas, potatoes, and dates. Like, I really enjoyed that. My stomach never hurt. I never felt like I had to shut down and, wake back up. If anything, this was an experience that validated the path that I'm on. I feel like this experience too also showed me, because before I was feeling like, oh, I'm missing out. I was still kind of feeling that way, but I was like, I want something different, but I felt like this bit of FOMO. But after those two experiences, now I feel like I truly see restaurant food now as a poison, because that's the way I felt. Both times I felt poisoned. And the illusion is just finally gone. Yeah, the illusion is finally gone. Like, and when eating both of them towards the end of the meal, like, and it was rice and vegetable dumplings. Like, I think most people would be like, oh, that's healthy, vegetable dumplings and then rice, whatever, I don't know. I feel like some people might say it's healthy. But by the end of them, I was feeling sick. I was feeling nauseous eating both of them and then saying, like, yeah, I don't want to ever feel like this again. And I know I did it 2 days in a row. But that's okay. We're here now. I'm back on track. If there's 2 days out of the 365 days that I just didn't make the best choices for the future that I want for myself. Okay, sure. But that is 363 more days that I can do this. And I guess I wanted to hop on here and just share because, I feel like a lot of times I'm sharing or other people are sharing, them at the finish line. and not the ups and the downs, or the hills, or whatever you want to call it. Although the food is just so crazy. It's like, yeah, the food tasted good, right, to my senses, but my body was telling me otherwise. My body was like, this food does not feel good, though. It was it was eye-opening. I am actually glad I did it, because yeah, it was just really, it really shifted my mind, and that shift needed to happen. And now I'm going to get back on focusing on what I was doing before, and going to move to next, which was eating less, because I've been struggling with that. Even though I was eating super clean, I was eating still more than the body needed, and I really wanted to cut back and only eat, what I need. And so something that I really wanted to focus on, instead of, running to the old program, when I want energy, I go get food, is to put other mechanisms in place. I feel like I need energy, let me go rest. I feel like I need energy, let me meditate. Just basically sitting still, and just like how I felt like I had to, like, literally shut down and allow my body to handle what I put in it. I think sometimes I just need to sleep for a moment, not necessarily sleep, but like just be like consciously lie still and let the body gather some energy up, and like, because if I'm always moving, then I'm always using. There's no chance to be like, let me re-up except the night. And at that point, I don't use energy for the next day, but it didn't help me in the moment that I really needed it. So I'm going to, just get back on track. It's been crazy too. It's like all throughout Colorado when I was there, like eating clean, potatoes, peas, like some dried fruits. We made a soup, and I don't know. I just really don't even know where this came from. I know it kind of came from my wife, but I didn't stop it. I just kind of hopped on board and was like, we both going at it. So yeah, life is weird. I can't believe I used to get upset with myself for like having these moments. It feels a lot better to just be like, oh, that was a moment I had, and observe it and learn from it. It makes like logical sense, but I was being insane and attacking myself and shitting on myself for living, for having an experience, because I had expectations on what that should be, even though I have no idea what's going to happen like next. So anywho, I really didn't want to make a video today, but I was like, I'm gonna get on here and make a video, and this is it. I really want this to be my full time, or my way of making money, because I'm ready to live that nomadic life. If you haven't yet, you should follow me on Tenzin and Sequoia. On there, we haven't gotten to it yet, because we're shifting into our new life, but it's going to be centered around us traveling and living the nomadic life, a simple life, and just being out in nature and having fun, and showing people like, hey, you can live this way too. A job at a desk, 8 to 5, whatever. And like the societal standards doesn't have to be like your norm. You can decide to remove yourself from that and live differently. Okay, I feel like I'm just rambling now, so I'm gonna head out. I gotta go to Whole Foods and get some figs. I've been obsessed with those for right now. So much love and happy healing.